All right, I wanted to give you guys an update on the chaos garden. So I'll go over there a little closer and show it to you in just a minute here. But I wanted to give you an update. Those are some beautiful sunflowers. So we did this thing called chaos gardening, and I'll link it to the end of this video here if you want to see how we did it. We just had a lot of fun and threw in last minute lots of sunflower seeds and beans and potatoes I didn't have room for, and I just threw them out here. And we're going to take a look at how it did. I just wanted to have extra for the animals to go ahead and eat, and I mean, there's sunflowers, I love sunflowers, it's just so beautiful, it takes great photos. So I'm looking forward to go checking that out with you guys and seeing how that did. I do have to tell you a story. Oh my gosh, where to start? So about a month ago, my son wakes me up in the morning and says, there's a deer caught in the fence. And I was thinking the fence with the chickens up there, but it happened to be this fence right here, and I'll show you a close-up on that. It's wire, it's mesh, it's very intricate, and it's lots going on to it. So I grab a pair of scissors, kitchen scissors, because you know, I've just woke up, I have no idea. I'm coming down here and I see there is a deer caught in the fence. He must have jumped in and something scared him and couldn't get out. He was a 4-point in velvet, beautiful little guy with these dark brown eyes. I'll never forget. He had the fencing wrapped around his one antler a million times. And I should probably give a warning to the... It works out good, but like it's very sad too that the deer got caught in the fence. I don't know what we could do differently about it. If you guys have suggestions, let me know. Anyway, so he's caught in the fence. It's a 100-foot fence. He's got most of it. He's got it pulled all away from everything. He pulled out every stake and everything like that. And he's got it wrapped so many times around there, because every time he would buck and kick to try to get it off, it would just basically go back on and get tied back on there more. And so I had to go up to him and do like a deer whisperer situation. It was very odd. And I'm like, I'm here to help you. It sounds so weird to some people, I'm sure, but I'm like, I'm here to help you. I'm going to help get this off of your antler. Just let me do it. And so sometimes when he would get scared, he would start to pull the whole fencing. And so I had my son, a very safe distance away, stand on the fence so he could hold that down a little bit. So when I could get closer and closer and be stepping on the fence to try to get close enough to him. So I was using these kitchen scissors that apparently need to be sharpened and trying to cut through this wire and nylon and whatever the heck it's made out of. And every time I would stop cutting because it was getting so hard, he would start to buck, which was scary for me too, right? I mean, they're pretty strong animals, and he's fearful and he's scared and all this stuff, and I'm a human and I'm not like him, right? So every time you do that, I'd have to step back and then try to come forward again and talk to him. But I'm like this, I'm literally like at his antler, cutting like this with scissors, like trying to do whatever. I had to send my son back to the, up to the garage to grab my phone in case I needed to call my husband who was at work, and then a really sharp knife too. So we got that down, and then finally I was able to get him released, and he took off like crazy. So for the most part is off of his antler. There's just going to be some, the nylon, you know, like part of the fencing around it and stuff like that. So if I see a deer with white on, like a little white ring on it, I know that that was my guy. But that was crazy. Homesteading life has some crazy wildlife stories all the time, and that's what was one. But that was pretty phenomenal to be that close to a wild animal and be able to get it free like that. So I'm very thankful that I was able to get it free. So, back to the chaos garden though, it's pretty cool. I got to hang out with the wildlife a lot, and it's really pretty. So we're going to take a look at it. It's very windy today, so I apologize for that, if there's any sound issues. So, but we'll take a look at it. It worked out really good, just using a bunch of extra seeds, having a lot of fun, and just throwing it in the ground and barely raking it in. And you see we got some stuff for fruition. These ones were all small sunflowers. I thought they were the mammoth sunflower seeds, but they're all really small. But they are really pretty. But we can still save the heads and give them to the chickens. And we can take pictures by them and stuff like that. And take the fence down really soon, and the deer could probably eat it. But without the fencing, right? So let's go take a look. All right, so walking up closer to the chaos garden, we find that the fencing is down. So something else might have been in here trying to get in and get out to eat some of these sunflowers and stuff like that, because it's delicious. The corn, you know, it didn't really do anything. It's kind of funny how it sprouted out so quick. But the sunflowers are lovely. I did see some squash in here. There are definitely the potato plants that are in here as well somewhere. Well, let's take a look. Basically, I did it for the sunflowers. So there's not extra squash or anything like that that we'll be able to pick and like actually do something with. But those sunflowers, am I right? Those sunflowers are lovely. So not much for the actual pigs or anything like that, but I think it's something to keep trying, especially when you have a bunch of extra stuff, extra seeds and whatever. And actually, look at that little funny guy right there, so we can get that for them or whoever gets out here. But golly, that's just, oh, I love sunflowers. Do you guys like sunflowers as much as I do? Oh, look at some purple beans came up on here too. Oh, that's so cool. See, just it's kind of like, you don't have to be perfect and strategic and plant in certain rows and this quantity and plant it next to something. Sometimes it just works out. And this is some really rocky, not very exciting soil, right? And it still works out. So, you know, sometimes you just got to give it to God, right? But this is where the deer was. And there's a lot of the sunflowers that are smaller in this area because they ate the tops off. You can see that they ate the tops off. And now that I'm noticing that this side of the fencing is down too. So something, little friend came in here and had some more to eat, I guess. Maybe it was my guy, I don't know. You think you'd learn his lesson, but hey, we never really learn lessons, do we? And look at this, pollinators. So they are coming to get little fall forage food. That's just lovely. Here's just some more. My ladies need lots of food in the fall to keep their coffers up, keep their honey supply up so they can make it through the winter. So everything just benefits from sunflowers. So plant your sunflowers. Oh gosh, beautiful. All right, thanks guys for hanging with me.